Welcome, everybody. This is the Amateur Hour podcast. My name is Jacob. Deshaun is joining me once again today
to talk some baseball. Deshaun here.
MLB content back on the show. We're going to be talking about the Gerrit Cole contract, $324 million to play for the New York Yankees. Sean, what did you make of this contract? $324 million.
Well, Gerrit Cole definitely was waiting for Steven Strasburg to sign first. Strasburg signed the day before. And Gerrit Cole, man, like, I understand he's a very highly talented baseball player. Definitely one of the best, like I'd say, top 3 pitchers in baseball. But to have Gerrit Cole for 9 more years and paying him almost $40 million a year is a little ridiculous. Actually, it blows my mind. $324 million. But, I mean, that's what the Yankees do.
Over 9 years.
Yeah. The Yankees throw money at players, and this addresses their needs. Like, they needed an ace. Like, they did this when they got Tanaka in 2014 for 7 years. I think it was like $200 million that they dropped on him. And he's a very good 2 or 3, just wasn't the number 1. Luis Severino they developed, and he just has injury problems, so he wasn't there. They went out and traded for the big maple James Paxton last year, big strong lefty from Canada, and he just didn't get it done. They tried J Happ, couldn't get it done. So I mean, this guy was the ERA leader. There's
second in Cy Young voting in the AL.
Yeah, to his teammate Justin Verlander, who aged like fine wine. But when it comes to Gerrit Cole, man, like $324 million. That's
9 years too. You know, he's 29.
That's what I'm saying.
He's gonna be 38 when his contract's up. Do you think this is gonna look bad near the end of this contract?
If the Yankees win, which they like, it's kind of astonishing to me that they haven't won yet. And I think next year will be their number 1 year to do so. It won't matter. Like, the Yankees make more money than anyone else. There's a thing in the MLB where you can ask them to play more home games. So they play 162 games, 179 days. It's not an 81-81 split. Like, it's not halfway like other sports are. You can actually play more or less games on the road or home.
Why would you want to do that, though? Why would you play more away?
Well, no, like, there's just some teams that get the short end of the stick because of generating revenue and all that fun garbage. So the Yankees always play among the most home games.
For a Yankees team, it's been a while since they won a World Series.
Well, 2009, so nothing this decade, which, like, is, like, unheard of in Yankee land. They won 5 in 20 years, concluding in 2009, so they've been spoiled, but they also have the most money, so they spend and spend and spend on their team. They're not cheap like the Blue Jays are. Ross Atkins. But great signing. Like, I think you do what you have to do. You address your needs, and the 9 years was what you have to do. Like, you have to give him the 9. Like, he's the best.
So you think overpaying for a long time is smart just so you can get him? It's better to have him for that than not have him.
Exactly. Absolutely. Because when you go past Steven Strasburg and Gerrit Cole this offseason, there's Madison Bumgarner, there was Ryu, but, like, they just aren't as dominant as Gerrit Cole was. Like, Gerrit Cole basically from...
Well, Ryu was really good last season.
No, he was.
Ryu was second in Cy Young in the NL.
Ryu was really good in the first half of the year, but when it came down to it, Ryu was the 3rd best Dodgers pitcher at the end of the season. Gerrit Cole was arguably, and I think he was, the best pitcher all year in Houston, even if he didn't win the Cy Young. He literally didn't lose a game from, like, May until September. Like, it didn't happen. Playoffs, he was just as dominant as any guy that you could throw out there. So it was one of those things where if you have the opportunity to sign this guy, you got to pay him. You got to keep him as long as you can. And knowing the Yankees, if he does end up sucking by the time he's 35, they'll find a way to make his contract disappear, or they'll just pay for him to be a third or fourth guy on the rotation. That's just how the Yankees are.
They have enough money.
They have enough money. It does not matter.
Are they the most valuable team in the MLB? They must be.
Yeah, 100%.
Well, last year was the first time in a long time, I don't have the exact year, that 4 teams won at least 100 games in the MLB.
Yeah.
So there's a lot of competition right now. One of those teams wasn't even the team that won the World Series, the Washington Nationals.
They won 97 games, I believe.
93 games.
Okay.
And they didn't even win the NL East because the Atlanta Braves won the NL East.
Yeah.
They managed to win the World Series, though. What does this trade mean for the Yankees, this signing mean for the Yankees in terms of their contention for the World Series pennant?
Well, it's tough because they play in the best division in baseball, and I'll say that confidently. Like the Tampa Bay Rays, great team. Boston took a minor step back, but obviously won the World Series the year previous.
Boston are always a good team.
They're always a good team. Boston can hit really well. And when you're always fighting for position, you'd rather have a guy that can go and get you a win and go 7 innings deep than someone who's going to get shelled every time he goes out there. This puts them, I think now for sure that they have a better roster than Houston does. I think they have the best roster in the American League. So they'll once again be exactly where they were. In the ALCS with the chance to go to the World Series. Whether they get there, whether they win, I have no idea. That's
okay. I wanna make you pick.
Make me pick between them or the Houston Astros.
Yeah.
Because Houston, I just hate them now. Even though I hate the Yankees.
Who do you hate more? Ooh,
it's
question.
really tough.
That's a
really tough. I was thinking about that. That's a really tough question, but no, just because of what has happened in the last...
I think I hate Houston more.
Exactly. In the last 18 months, I just have a reason to hate them. The Yankees, the Jays don't ever play them. We don't... nothing happens when it comes to that. So, we should get shelled by them all the time. Houston cheating to win, you have to hate them a little bit more.
Yeah.
So,
I think they now possess the best the best roster in the AL. I think this is the kind of deal that gets it done come playoff time. This is, you can rely on this guy twice in the series to get you a win. So, with him in, 2 wins out of 7, 2 wins out of the 4 that you need, that's probably going to be enough.
Yeah.
So, I think they become the favorites for the AL. When it comes to the World Series, I mean, baseball is one where I think it's a sport where you can really rally even if you're not like the most talented team.
I agree.
Out of all sports, all the big 4 North American sports, like you look at basketball, best team comes out of that.
Yeah, wins
almost every single time. Hockey, usually, not as much as basketball. Football, it's up for it's one game, so it can go either way on a given day. I think baseball is the one where talent is not going to always win it for you.
Well, we saw it this year, right? Like the Houston Astros had the most talent. Like any
Well, the Nationals were a wild card.
And the Nationals were a wild card team. Houston was the best team in baseball, and look what happened. Like
even hockey last year, I mean, the 1 seeds, I don't think a single 1 seed got out of the first round.
Yeah, they didn't. So, it's nice when you have a lot of parity in the league, but I just think the Yankees are going to be in a class of their own. Like, I wouldn't be surprised if they won 110 games this year. Bearing everyone stays, healthy. But I think this move puts them over the top.
My take right now, the Yankees don't win the World Series. I think the pressure to succeed is going to be too much. And I think that when it comes to crunch time, those little things that turn a game, I don't think they're going to be able to get to go their way. I think this team gets close, but doesn't quite do it. I don't
know, man.
Regular season wise, I think they can have the best record in the MLB. But when it comes to playoffs, when it comes deep playoffs, that Houston series, if they both get to the ALCS or the World Series, I don't think they just get over the hump.
The thing is with Houston is that they don't have the best rotation anymore. You know what I mean? They don't. They have one guy, and then they have a bunch of who should be your third or fourth or fifth starters now going to be your second, third, and fourth. Like, they all have to move up, whereas the Yankees, with putting Gerrit Cole number one, you have him, and then you have who should be an ace, who should be your second starter. So 1 through 4, they're deeper, and as we all know, you only need to win 4 games, right? So you have those 4 guys going for you. I think that they're poised to win. Like, their arms that they have available to them, they're bullpen.
I think they're the favorite, but I just think that the pressure is going to just cause them to not quite get that World Series.
I don't know about that. I think that's. I can't say I agree with that. You play in New York. Like, I don't think that's the case. I think that they've been waiting to win. I think that they should have made it this year. They should have made it a couple of years ago.
They should have, but they didn't.
No, but that's because they didn't have the pitching to get them over the top. Now they do. And Houston can't cheat anymore. So there's, like, I think the Yankees go all the way because I don't see, like, AL teams are always better than NL teams just because of, the DH compared to having a pitcher hit.
Yeah.
Which is, like, awful to look at. But
unless it's Bartolo Colon.
Unless it's the GOAT, Big Sexy. Who should have an MLB job because he's the GOAT. But
46 years old. Somebody give him a phone call.
Sign that man.
Sign that man. He'll crush a home run. He got you. He got you offense. He got you pitching. He can do it.
But no, I think the Yankees, like, I think they go all the way. I just don't see another team being better than them.
They're the favorites for sure.
Yeah,
they're the favorites. This signing.
I think
them
this that's what I'm saying. So this signing compared to anything else, it puts them over the top. Like, there's no team that I can look at that has added to a point where they are better than the Yankees.
I can agree with that. We'll have to end it at that. Not much more to say on Gerrit Cole's situation, but we're both very interested to see how this situation pans out and if the Yankees can win their first World Series since 2009. But that'll wrap up this episode. Thank you for listening to another episode. Follow us at Amateur PDC on Twitter and Instagram. Follow on Spotify, Amateur Sports. Subscribe on YouTube. And we post every single day, so keep coming back for more daily content.